welcome back to another video tutorial. Now in this video we're going to be looking at something that a viewer asked about. Now he said, sir, can you do a video on how to set up the stuff for the dimensioning, please, like how to get the piece of spacing between the drawing and the dimension. So that is what we're going to be doing today. So here we have a sample um, floor plan layout where we have the walls and the windows, and we're going to be setting up our dimensions so it looks very nice and presentable. All right, now typically if you have just opened up AutoCAD and you did your drawing, if you were to try to dimension your drawing, say for example I click here and then I draw my dimension, that's what it will look like. All right, all you're seeing is a bunch of line and you're seeing this connected to that. You're wondering if it's a part of the drawing or is it something else. But if you zoom in on it, you'll see the dimensions for it as well, and you're seeing 3300.33.00000. All right, so we're going to be fixing that today. All right, so we'll take our dimension from looking like this to looking like something else. So let's get into things. Now the first thing that you're going to do is activate what we like to call a dimension style panel or window. Now you may access this in two different ways. If you go to your annotation tab, all right, right here, and then you click on where is it? This one here. That's this little spot here, right here. It will activate this window here. All right. The other option is to just know the command. If you type DIMSTY, that is, and press enter, it will activate the window as well. All right. So once you're here at this window, the next step is to you can either create a new dimension style or you can modify the one that is currently there. All right, so what am I going to do? I'm going to be modifying the one that is currently there. That is the one that is currently active, which is this one here that says standard. That is the one that we're working with now. So when you go and modify, so once you click on modify, a new window is going to pop up. This one here, modify dimension style standard, and you can edit just about everything associated with the dimension. Now the first one you want to go ahead and adjust is this one here that says precision. You can go ahead and set that to 0 because we're working with millimeters here. All right, you can edit your lines. All right, now when it comes on to your line, you'll see different things. You'll see things in relation to the color of it. All right, I always recommend for the color, have it on selected to by layer. All right, all of these that says by block, put them on by layer. All right, all of these should be by layer. All right, always, no matter what, by layer. All right, then we have this portion here that says extend beyond tick. All right, what is it talking about? As well as you see baseline spacing. Now this is what the commenter was mentioning, the baseline spacing. All right, how far the dimension, which is this here, is away from the object. All right, now for this here, I always recommend you sticking to measurement that you know. In our cases, the wall is 150. All right, so you can easily just simply set that to 150. All right, that's a good enough spacing, unless you want to set it to 100 or whatever you want. All right, other things in relation to this are the extension line. All right, what is this extension line that we're talking about? All right, again, all of these here again should be by layer. Everything should be by layer. All right, because you don't want things to be isolated in any way. So I always recommend you setting all of this to by layer. All right, now the extend beyond dimension line. All right, so what is this exactly? Now you see these things that we have here. All right, these are your dimension line and these are your extension line. So where it says extend beyond dimension line, if we go ahead and change this here, all right, we're going to change this here to 150 as well. All right, offset from origin 150 as well. All right, other things that we're going to be modifying here, we're basically finished with this right here. All right, so we're going to go to symbols, and we're going to change this symbol from the arrow, because this is for mechanical drawing, to, you can either choose architectural tick or oblique. The option is yours. You'll get just about the similar response or similar thing. Personally, I recommend selecting oblique because architectural tick tends to be a bit thick. All right, but the oblique is always that little right size. All right. Likewise, for leader line or leader, you'll keep it as arrow. All right. For the size of it, you can also do the same thing as well. And but instead of going 150 for this one here, you'll go 75. All right. Center mark, we leave that alone. All right. Break size, we leave that alone. Jog height and all that stuff, we leave that alone. Now we make our way to text. Now text will adjust everything in relation to the text. Now it will adjust the size and all that fancy stuff. Now for text color, again, it's going to be by layer. All right. And then now for the text height, you're going to set that to 150 as well. Unless you want to increase it to like 200, then you know you can do that. All right. This one here, where it says draw frame around, this is optional if you want. If you click on it, you'll realize that a box has surrounded the dimension. We don't want that. We want it to be nice and neat. All right. Other things that we can adjust is the alignment. Personally, I recommend that you set it to align to dimension line. So instead of going across the dimension line like this, it will be smack in the middle like that. All right. So that is that there. Now here where it says the text offset from dimension line, I recommend leaving this as is because you don't want it to be off to the side or anything like that. All right. So let's move on to now where it says fit. Where it says fit, you can define the parameters in which you want your annotation to be in relation to your dimension. All right. Personally, all of this is fine here unless you want to make fine adjustment based on what you're trying to achieve. But for your exam purpose, it can stay as is. Then we move on to primary units. Our primary unit format is always going to be decimal, precision 0, rounding off. You don't really need to round off anything, but I guess you could leave it there if you want. If you want to add a suffix at the end, you can. All right. So for example, feet and inches or millimeters or whatever you want. So in this case, suffix or prefix. Now, what does these mean? Both of them mean the same thing, it's just where the symbol will be located. So for example, if this is in millimeter, right, and you're going to have mm. If you're going to have a prefix, this means that, let me show you, mm, it means that the suffix is going to be in front of the number. So it will be mm 16, whatever this number here is. If you put it at the end, then it will come at the end of the value. All right. Scale factor, you leave that as is. All right. Then we have alternative unit. Now, personally, as I said before, you'll see the at after the number, but remember, if you put it before, then it's going to be then the number. All right. But the best thing is to have it at the end because that's a typical way of doing your dimension. For alternate unit, this is optional. You can let it show it if you want, or you can not. If you let it show it, then it will have two dimensions. All right. So you'll have one dimension in say millimeter, or you can have the other dimension in meters. All right. So you'll have basically two where you can start them. So if a person can visualize millimeter, then they can visualize meter. All right. Personally, where I'm from, we like to use feet and inches. So if we're going to be showing that, and please note, this is not necessary for your exam, but it just makes it looks pretty good. All right. So in this case here, if I click on display, then it will show it. If not, then it will not. All right. Now you can orient this as well in terms of like the positioning. Personally, I like to have it below. So if I click on below, you realize that it's now below the millimeter units there. All right. All right. And then now, if you want to do rounding off, you can as well. Personally, for this year, for the rounding off, you need nothing more than say 0.0, and that's good enough. Precision again could be the same thing as well, 0.0. All right. Now, once you have done all of that, you can just simply click on OK, set current, and then after you click on set current, you pretty much close things out. All updates have been made. So now if we're actually going to try to dimension, it will look something like this. Click here, from here to here. Now you're seeing your dimension like this now. So basically we have the millimeter up top, and then we have the feet. Well, did we adjust the feet and inches? No, we didn't. All right, so we're going to modify that. So we have it there like that. All right, so let's go DIMSTY. All right, wonderful. And you're seeing the space between the line and it and everything. All right, so let's go ahead and modify that. And for the alternate unit, we're going to change it from decimal, and we're going to change it to where is it? Architectural. All right. Once we change to architectural, we can adjust the precision. So for the precision, I like to keep mine very low. So basically feet and inches. I don't want it to be close to the half inch or whatever like that. All right. So I'll keep it like that. If you go and click on OK, set current, and then close, then you'll see it look like that. So this here is the converted units. All right. That's it right there. All right. So back to it again. You can modify other things in relation to it as well, such as this line here. If you want your dimension line to extend beyond the tick, then you go to line. All right. And where it says extend beyond tick, you can, for example, type 150, and it will extend it over a bit. So if I go to OK, you'll see set current, and then close, you realize that it pops the dimension line over a bit. You can even modify the oblique symbol here as well if you like. So if we go again here, right, and I don't want this video to go too long, so let's see. You can modify it as much as you want, and again, if you decide to not use this here, this alternate unit here, you can always just simply, because it's not really needed for a year level, you can always turn it off, click on current, set current a few times, close it out, and it will only have this here. If you do not want to have the suffix on it, you can always remove it as well. You can always remove it as well. So for example, where it says primary units and it has a suffix, you can leave that blank right there, and it will not add it to the dimension. All right, and there you go. This is how you set up your dimension. All right, this is how you set up your dimension for your building drawing, whether it's your SBA or it is the exam. All right, there you go. I hope this video was helpful. If you found it very insightful, don't forget to go ahead and leave a like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment down below what is most interesting about this, or if you'd like me to do something else. See you in the next one.